Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making 4 different cards using the Hello You, which is a subscription from Pink and Main. Now this is the first card kit that I've gotten from Pink and Main, but it is not the first set of products. I've gotten things in the past from them, and like I said in my unboxing video, they are fabulous. So I definitely recommend the company in general. But this is my first go at a subscription box. So I first went ahead and unboxed the whole kit. So if you're interested in seeing what came in the full kit, go ahead and watch that video first. Or if you're not interested, just stick around and see what cards I make with the kit. Now, I was very inspired by all of the pattern paper, and my cards that I've made from this video are very heavy on the pattern paper. So this one I'm going to just go ahead and emboss right onto some of the pattern paper using the Staticker, which is that little brush tool, and some Versamark clear ink. I'm also using my Misty since I will need to stamp twice. I always do that for any heat embossing. Well, I shouldn't say always, but I should do it always just so it gets enough of the product onto the stamp so that powder there will stick nicely. I'm going to use some black embossing powder just to fill in that inked area. And it says lovely friend. If you can tell on that orange piece of paper, I used the embossing folder and just took some of the cardstock that came in the kit and ran it through with the embossed folder just to give it a little texture. These are very, very busy cards, and that's just fine with me. Now to make a banner on the edge, I cut directly in the center, and then from the corners, I cut from the corner to the center, corner to the center. And ideally, if that first cut was a nice straight line, the other ones should follow through and it should make a little banner. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue down all of my layers. And if you notice, I do have some rounded corners on that pink one. I'm just using my corner rounder that I have from my little stash here. And with the adhesive I'm using is the Easy Runner Grand, which is just a double-sided sticky adhesive. I'm also using some Beverly Art glue, and I will round off these little tiny corners as well. I really liked this orange zigzag paper, but I did not have enough of a full scrap to go all the way across this yellow area. So I'm going to use kind of like a tricky hidden method here. So I'm going to put down this little piece of orange, little clog in my glue, and you won't even be able to tell. So here we go, we'll put it down. I end up using the pink and white polka dot side anyway. And I'll put this on the other side, and then the lovely friend sentiment will go in the center, and you won't be able to tell that the center does not have any of that paper. And if you've watched any videos on my channel here in June, I have been kind of drawn to circles recently, and I have a few different circle punches. So I went ahead with some of the other scrap that I had from this card kit and punched out a few circles. I used the yellow and orange cardstock that came in the kit with the embossing folder, so it has a little bit of texture. And then I used some of the plaid that matches the background of the card, but not perfectly. So you can see that it kind of complements it. Now I'm going to go in with some foam tape. This foam tape is from Dollar Tree, and I definitely recommend it. It comes in 3 different sizes. It comes with a skinny, medium, and a thick sized foam area. and for $1.25 for 3 rolls of foam tape, it is a very good deal. You can also buy it online. I have the link in the description for purchasing it online. You can actually order on Dollar Tree online, but some of the products have a product minimum. So for this foam tape, you do need to buy 3 of them to make an online sale. But they do ship to Dollar Tree stores for free, and you can go and pick it up at your local store. So it works out pretty good. I loved these little embellishments with those circles there. I had to use them. Now I'm going to go with my Misty again, and I'm using this little orange wreath that came in the stamp set. And I'm going to use the coordinating die to cut it out. To cut it out, I'm just using a little bit of purple tape and my die cutting machine. I'm going to save the center of the wreath to test out my Copic colors on. The paper that I stamped my image onto is from Hammermill, and it is called, let me check, the Premium Color Copy Cover Paper. It says it is perfect for color, and my package does have an iguana on it, but it does not always have that on it. I've noticed. I do really like the Hammermill paper. I find it to be very nice quality, and it works very well with my Copic colors. So I went ahead in with this Copic color. I used YR14 or 14. And I went ahead and tried to match the Copic colors to the pattern paper that I planned on using on the card. I decided to use YG03, and just a little bit about Copics. They are an alcohol-based marker, so if you're using a alcohol marker, it's important to use the proper stamp ink with it. I did not, so that's why you can see there's a little bit of black running with my my ink there, but you live and you learn, and next time I will do it better. But I tried to make the best out of what I had. And I think the finished product ends up just fine. Now I get all excited to use this Hello die, and I had planned to put it on this card, but I end up not using it on this card, but I did not. Just make it for nothing. I will be using this on another card in the video. Not to worry. So to make it, I just use the hello, the background part, and then the second die that has the skinny letters, and just die cut them out and glued them on to the background. Then I go ahead with my little trimmer and just trim down some pattern paper. This is 2 inches by, I believe, 4 1/4. No, I did 5 1/4. Yes, that makes sense because the yellow part would be 5 and 5 1/2, and then the yellow or the orange polka dots would be 5 1/4. So I have that green strip to line up with that polka dot area. I will use my Beverly Art glue to glue my orange wreath onto my circle and just press down nice and lightly. Ideally, I should have stamped on to my pattern paper before I put my whole wreath on, but sometimes my brain just does not work that way. It just thinks, do this, do this, do this, and not A, B, C, D. It thinks A, C, D, B, F, G, you know. So luckily my stamp turned out nicely, and using the Misty helps make sure that the stamp is nice and crisp. I will go ahead and layer on my pattern paper, carefully lining it up, and glue it on with my Easy Runner Grand right onto the yellow, and that yellow is already on to my card base. Then I will glue on my circle right onto the green strip of pattern paper. I will then go in with the little dot embellishments that came in the kit to add a little bit of extra flair. I will be using my Spellbinders Tool-in-One to pick them off and put them onto my card. I will say that these are very sticky little adhesive gems. Usually if I get gems, they aren't as sticky as these, so I did not feel the need to put on any wet glue behind them because they were very sticky. So for this card, I have cut out my card base of that patterned paper, the plaid pattern paper, and circle punched out a very glittery circle. And I'm going to pull in that hello from the first card that I ended up not using and put it right on to that glittery hello circle. This is a scrap from my other card. I used the white and the white polka dots on the orange paper, and on the back is this blue squiggly paper. I will just go ahead and glue everything down, and this is a pretty quick card. That's kind of the nice thing about card kits is you can get a card kit and make a few cards, and you don't have to think about too much of what goes together because there's a color palette for all of the card kits from most companies. And I noticed with this one from Pink and Main, they did a really nice job coordinating all these pastel colors together that you can put orange, blue, green, purple all together on one card, and it's not overwhelming to the eye. I think if you did a whole card in that glitter paper, that might be a little overwhelming, but a little accent here and there is just right. I ended up really liking these embellishments, and I put them on, I think, every card. Now for my next card, I'm going to pull in a little stamped candles. Now this is a stamp from the Spellbinders card kit of the month from this current month of June. And I just had to use these cute scraps from this kit from Pink and Main because I love this plaid and the polka dots and the stripes, and I just could not see them going to waste. So I had to use these scraps since I already had them on my desk from my other cards and make them into a layered tiered cake. So again, that stamp is not from the Pink and Main, but the paper and the coral paper in the background is. So kind of stretch out your kit a little bit here. I'm going to go in with my glitter pen. Now this is from Wink of Stella, and it is the gold glitter. And I think it's perfect for anything that is flame. So like a candle or a fire, just to give a little bit of shine. And I'm also using some Copic colors right onto this cardstock to give the candles just a little bit of color, but really to have the focus of this card be the beautiful pattern paper. So the Copic colors that I'm using are RV21 and RG03. Then I'm going to take these really sweet embellishments and put 3 on each tier, starting on the left, then the right, and then the left again. And one thing I like about these embellishments is the background of the sticky area is clear, so you can put it on your card and see what would look nice before you even take them off. So it's perfect. Anyway, so if you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And I really hope that you enjoyed watching me make some cards with the Pink and Main kit of the month. And if you're interested in anything else from Pink and Main, I do have a link to their website in the description of this video. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!